The remixtress is with us. Thank you. And let me see here. Everybody's here. John Public, all the way from New York. If you get John Public in, well, hell, you got the public, baby. So thank you, John, for being here. Anyway, Kelly Harris, Bruce Preston, Lisa Ryder. Boy, howdy, the room is full. I got to jump all the way down here. The messages have already gone way down the list. Sammy Marcy is here. Gregory Brown, Jackie, Lisa Ryder, and Carol Lowe, all here for the meeting. How y'all doing today? Anything going on in the news that y'all know of? It's pretty bland today. Nothing going on but a big pecker out there just sitting there on your TV. That's all it was all day long. Yep, David Pecker testified today about the conspiracy to omit stories, to hype stories, to hide payments, the whole 9 yards is coming out. And all I can do is say, get your popcorn ready. Donnie did not have a good day. He got a little upset today. I don't know why. Just because he's looking. There's something else on my mind. There was a little thing happened on the news today, right before I did my rant today, and it was Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell came out, and I think for once Mitch said a mouthful.
He
Mitch was
did.
talking about the relationship that the Republican Party seems to have with Russia nowadays. There's a whole lot of Republican congressmen out there pumping the pom poms for Vladimir Putin, and we're resisting giving aid to Ukraine. And he came out today. Mitch McConnell came out today and pegged that on Tucker Carlson. I loved it. It was fitting because we all know not long ago Tucker Carlson ran over to Russia, give some interview with Vladimir Putin where he kissed Putin's ass on national TV, and then visited a great big high-end supermarket over there and said, "Look how great Russia is." Really? Shut up and drink your vodka, you asshole. But yeah, he came out with that. Mitch McConnell came out today and said that's a bunch of bullshit. And I'm glad he did. Somebody needs to call these assholes out for what they're doing. And that is playing up to Russia. And it saddens me. I'm a veteran. I know what that means, that aid going over there to the battlefield, man. That's bullets, baby. That's missiles. That's shit that you're in the battle. But it's been withheld for months. That is a disgrace to this country. The Republicans, including Marjorie Taylor Greene and others, that just pump Putin's ass for all the shit they can get out of it. But anyway, Bernadette, are you here? Are you with me,
I
Bernie?
am.
How are you
I
doing,
am. I
darling?
am. I am. I'm doing okay. I mean, we had that little glitch there, and I kind of got a little behind trying to say hi to everybody, and so just trying to say hi to
Uh-oh.
everybody in the chat.
Got glitches. Got to watch
Yes,
out for glitches.
glitches.
Hey, Miss
Yes.
Chick.
Hey, John, you want to play that clip of Mitch the Glitch?
Oh,
Do
Mitch
you
the
have
glitch.
Do you have it?
I think I do.
Well, play that. We can hear
It's
it.
only like a minute and a half. Something.
Good. Yeah, I'd love to hear it. I got to listen to it only once on the news, but it did. It brightened my day that Mitch came out and did that.
Well, that's a good question. You already know the answer. I think the demonization of Ukraine began by Tucker Carlson, who, in my opinion, ended up where he should have been all along, which is interviewing Vladimir Putin. And so he had an enormous audience, which convinced a lot of rank and file Republicans that maybe this was a mistake. I think the former president had sort of mixed views on it. We all felt that the border was a complete disaster, myself included. And Chad, you remember covering the phases we went through. First, there was an effort to make law, which requires you to deal with Democrats. And then a number of our members thought it wasn't good enough. And then our nominee for president didn't seem to want us to do anything at all. That took months to work our way through it. So we ended up doing the supplemental that was originally proposed, which dealt with not all problems. It didn't solve the border problem, but certainly addressed the growing threats at the moment.
Oh, sorry.
That was Mitch McConnell.
It was.
Hmm.
But he also said, you heard him say our presidential nominee in there, telling
Yes.
him what to do behind the scenes.
Indeed. Donnie. You know, I'm surprised that that Donnie's letting Mike Johnson get off the hook as easy as he hasn't really come out and criticized Johnson for making that deal with the Republicans. He's coming out trying to play it like, you know, well, of course we made a deal. That's what we got to do. And it just, you know, pisses me off. Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you, Miss Chick. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was probably the highlight of my day is seeing Mitch McConnell come out and say that. Somebody needed to
You know
say
what?
it.
You know what?
What?
Bravo that these asshole Republicans are finally speaking up on their own behalf.
It's about
because
time.
They've been following. No, John, it's past time.
It's way past time, but here's what I think, Bernadette, is I think a lot of them are starting to see the handwriting on the wall. This is not going the way the Republicans thought it was going to go. With Tucker Carlson, with this trial, with Marjorie Taylor Greene and the whole freaking bunch over there, this isn't going the way they thought it was going. So they're, you know, I think you're going to see another shift back to the conservative side of the Republican Party and leave the maggots. Huh? Indeed. By the way, what's Joe Biden been doing?
Lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff. Where's that story? Wait a minute. I had it saved over here to refresh my memory. Oh, yeah.
He was in Florida today, I think.
Yeah. Let me read this headline to you because this is where the heart of the matter is. This is where Joe Biden is. It says millions more salaried workers will be eligible for overtime pay under final Biden administration rule. That's right, baby. You work, you hourly wage, you're going to get a bump in your pay, baby. Because Joe Biden is, and let me scroll down here because I can't remember everything. Millions of salaried workers will soon qualify for overtime pay under a final rule released by the Department of Labor on Tuesday. The new rule raises the salary threshold under which salaried employees are eligible for overtime in 2 stages. The threshold will increase to the equivalent of a salary of $43,888 or $844 a week starting July 1st, and then to $58,656 or $1,120 a week on January 1st, 2025. That is what Joe Biden is doing for the working man. He's not working for Wall Street, baby. He's not trying to work for a bunch of
Oh boy.
what?
And what about those unions, huh? What about those unions?
Uh-oh. I've got a glitch.
Uh-oh.
I can hear it.
I hear it. I can hear
Yes.
it too.
And that means that for a moment the video will stay here, but I'm going to have to shut down.
The audio. Can they hear us, Bernadette? Or,
I don't know.
yeah. Well, anyways, we can talk. Well, because
I think it stopped.
they do hear us.
Who hears you?
The audience
Nobody
is
does.
listening to Bernadette
think-
and I.
Everybody hears you now. I had to reset my audio. I don't know, it's got a glitch in it, and threatening it with a hammer does not work. So I've got a glitch in
Okay,
there
well, we're
somehow.
back on, and everybody can hear this nice little conversation about you threatening things with hammers again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the chat in there, John. Yeah, I knew I didn't have any audio. I was just sitting here going on with a hell of a story, though. You should have heard it. It was great. Anyway, I want to thank Scott Bryant, who came in with a $2 donation and said, "Dump does not stand a snowball's chance in hell." Thank you, Scott Bryant. I think the same thing. Are we going to have problems? Yes. we're going to have massive problems come November. Do I think he's going to win an election? No, I don't. No, I don't, but it doesn't matter. He's going to say he won. So we have to work on the assumption. Got to get a
Okay,
bigger
but
hammer. That's right.
John,
What?
hey, hang on for a minute. Because
What?
he's been saying he won since the last election that he lost.
It's the
He
last
ain't give
loss.
up on that. Why you think he's going to change?
Okay, so what fucking difference is it gonna make?
It doesn't. That's
Okay,
exactly
then.
what I'm saying. It's not going to make a difference. This country's going to go through what it's going to go through, regardless of the outcome
I don't
of the
think
election.
it's going to go through any more than what we're going through right now. Is my point.
Yeah,
I don't
no, that's
think
true.
there's
No,
going to
I
be
agree.
this massive. You know, he has called for somebody to come out in support of his dumb ass while he's been in the freezing courtroom all day long. And guess what? Nobody showed up.
He's upset about that. That the crowd outside the
And
courtroom
let me ask
isn't
you a question about him being upset. Who gives a fuck?
nobody.
Nobody.
Well, I do.
Okay.
I do. I get my
Well, I
entertainment when he
don't.
gets pissed off.
I don't.
He's
give a
all
shit
got
if
his.
he's-
When he
he's
gets
pissed
butthurt,
off
it
or
makes
not.
me smile. You know what else makes
You know
me
what
smile?
makes me smile, John? Is
What
knowing
makes you
that
smile?
he has to sit in that damn courtroom 4 days a week and be quiet. That's what
killing
makes
him.
me smile.
You know what's killing? You know
Yes.
that's killing him. He can't stand that. He wants to say something.
And that's what makes me smile.
Well, right now the judge is taking up is the gag order issue. You know, he's violated the gag
Yes.
order. I don't know 7 times. What are you going to do? You know, you just going to sit there and just let him keep running his mouth and violating the gag order that you put on him? You know, judge has got to do something, but he's working a fine line.
Mhm.
He's going to get fined at least $1,000 per.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Fine him. I'll get excited when the judge decides to throw his ass
Yeah.
in jail like he would anybody else in a criminal court. And stop
Anybody else.
giving this asshole preferential treatment. That's
He's
when
got
I'll
it
get
every-
excited.
Yeah, well, hold on. You're not going to get excited for a while then, because he's going to continue to get preferential treatment. How does he not? You know, he's made it the biggest spectacle there is on planet Earth right now. That's all it is.
Yeah, well, that's all he has been for
It's
the last
8
4
years.
years at least.
8 years. 8 years of this shit. Can you imagine that? Almost.
Yes, I can.
When you
because
can't.
know
Yes,
what?
we can, because we've been living the
lost.
nightmare.
He lost to Joe Biden in 2020, and he's continued to lose. He's lost all the off-year elections for any candidate that he supported. He's lost his own candidacies. He's a loser, and now his
There you
criminal
say.
ass is sitting right where he should be, in court, being held accountable for trying to throw the 2016 election.
Which he is still trying to do. Which he's still trying to do. Ain't nothing changed with the man. But
No, there
but
is nothing
I
that's
find
gonna
hope in
change
that.
with him.
because nowadays, I think people are starting, especially during this trial. He comes out during the break, and what does he do every time? Every time he comes out, he starts with the hand motions. This is a witch hunt. The judge is no
Accordion
good.
hands.
Those people know it. Those people over there know it. Those people over there know it. Everybody, and I'm the greatest thing. That's all he says every damn time he comes out. There's no story there. What pissed me off today, really, because I was quite occupied, the TV in the living room was set to CNN. All right, volume's kind of down. But as I go in and out of the room constantly, there's one thing that stays constant. The picture of Donald Trump took up half the screen of CNN for, I know, at least 2 hours. There was commentary going on the other side of the screen with smaller windows for the newscasters, but half the fucking TV was a great big picture of Donald Trump just sitting there. Why has the man got to pay for advertising? He's getting
Right.
it all damn day.
And it's like
His
watching
face is in.
paint dry, for Christ's
Huh?
sake. The trial part is like watching paint dry. It's like,
It is.
oh look, I think he might have moved. He
He
pushed
moved.
his
He
pencil.
blinked. I
Ooh.
think he yawned. Look at there. He's
Yeah.
slouching. He's
You
you're
know
getting
what
the,
tickled me pink today is
What?
is during the motion to the contempt portion of the trial, when the judge called out his attorney and told him he was treading thin ice for the bullshit, and he was just being totally
Called him out on it.
unreliable. And yeah, because their argument is a crock of shit, as well as it has been all along. And Michonne is not falling for this, and I'm
No,
glad.
Mershon, he's got a like I said, a line to walk. He could throw Trump in jail for violating the gag order, but I think
yes,
the
he
judge
could.
knows that's exactly what Donald would want. Donnie would want
I
that.
understand that.
He could
However,
raise money off of that.
however, John,
Huh.
however,
What?
he needs to, so that Trump can really understand what it's like to be in a fucking cold ass room.
Oh, he would just die in there. You give him a cell for a couple of days, he would just swear and be
then
damned he was
so
being
be
tortured.
It. Then
Huh?
so be it.
Oh,
Let
I don't
him
care.
die.
I
I'm
don't
okay
care.
with that.
But it would play into his hand. I think that's what the judge is taking into consideration. If you put him in jail for just a couple of days,
What's playing into his hand is allowing him to get away with this shit.
Judge, I don't think he's going to let him
over
get away
again.
with it. I think he's going to fine him for one. We'll see that come out pretty quick, I think. It'll be at least $1,000 per violation. He's got 7 right now, but in the grand scheme of things, $7,000. What the hell is that
I
to
just
Donald
want
Trump?
him treated like any
That's
other
nothing.
criminal in
If he
town.
was being
That
treated
you
that
would
way,
be
he'd be in
treated
jail.
Like I would be treated. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that ain't gonna happen.
Exactly. My
That ain't going
point.
to happen.
I want to see the courtroom sketch of him writing the check.
Then he really is above the law, huh?
Isn't he? You would think the way this is going. The way it has gone
No,
all
it's not
along
what I
here.
think. It's
No,
what I
what it is,
see.
baby,
It's what
is-
I see happening.
As lay people, that's what we see. What they see is using the law to their advantage in any which way they can with delays, with pushing the limits.
And the reason why he's not out on the campaign trail is because he
he's-
delayed it until this time.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
of him. He delayed this
He's
shit.
got
So
he's got
who's worried
tomorrow.
about it?
He's got tomorrow. He could go out there.
Uh-oh.
I can't wait till Thursday. I
Oh,
want to
no,
see what's
not
going to
again.
happen at the Supreme Court.
You can't
There's my
touch
glitch
it.
again.
Don't-
Yes, I hear it.
Yes, I'm going to lose it again here for just a second, y'all. Forgive me for this. I've got some technical issues. I guess I have to work out, and
Quit kicking the wires under
so
the
I'm
desk.
going to lose my.
Oh, and there he goes. Okay.
Here we go again.
Yeah, all right. Anyways,
Well, we're
Uh,
still on the air for the moment.
right? Pennsylvania has a primary today,
Well, good.
and I was just looking at some shit. So they've got federal house and
Yes.
they're not hearing us either.
No.
Who's
Or are
not
they
hearing you?
just saying,
I think everybody can hear us now. Yeah,
uh,
I need a
They
hammer.
are now.
They are now. Everybody hears us now.
No, John, you just need to get that glitch fixed so that stops.
It's running around here with a tail. It runs from over here to over there. Anyway, I want to
You have
say
a door
thanks.
to that room?
Really, yes, I do, and I keep it closed.
Okay, that fixes that.
Mr. Arishon donated $5. Said Trump will start a civil war if he loses the election. He doesn't care who dies over him, and nothing
I
could
doubt
be
it's
a
true,
more
Steve.
serious or honest statement than that right there. He
I
doesn't
don't think
care.
so.
He doesn't care.
I
there
don't
will
think
be.
He's going to start a civil war.
Oh, he's going to try. He's going to try to motivate some maggot out there to do something on his behalf.
John. He's been
Is it-
trying.
will it be a
That's
civil
what he's
war?
been
No.
doing
No.
Since he started, he fomented an insurrection. He tried to start a civil war then. He's been trying every day since then. He has been unsuccessful. And we keep playing into the ideal and giving him the thought that he has some kind of fucking power over this country. No, he doesn't. Because there's more of us with common sense than of him and his minions. He may get one or two of them to go out there and do some stupid
That's
shit, but that
that's
ain't
exactly
a
what we're
civil.
talking about. He's not gonna.
It's
He's not
not
gonna. There
a
will not be a
civil
civil war.
war. It's
There will.
not a civil war. It's
No,
just
that's
one or two or three people out there doing stupid shit.
to other
We need
people.
to be real careful about our language and how
I'm
we
not.
use it. That's all I'm
Bernadette, I don't
saying.
think
It's
anybody
not
here
a
is saying that
civil
we're going to
war.
start a civil war. I'm telling you exactly what I'm saying. I don't think that would happen. There are not enough people. But is there enough people to cause chaos around this country? Oh, hell yes.
That's
There
all
are
he
maggots
does
that
is
are going to
chaos,
hang on to it
John.
in there. Huh?
That's all he does is chaos. But
That's the
start
name
a
of his
civil
game.
war? Come
That
on.
is the
Are
name
we
of
gonna
his.
are we gonna buy his bullshit? Is what I'm asking.
Do you think we're buying his bullshit?
Yes, I do when we promote shit like that. Yes, I do.
Who's.
When we run around and say he's going to start a civil war, we're promoting his bullshit.
Building an army.
I ain't doing
He's
it.
this, he's doing that.
I ain't doing it.
Well, don't do it. I've said from the
Okay.
beginning, though. He's not trying to fucking win an election. He is trying to raise an army. He's not going to be successful. Are we going to see a
I
massive civil
get
war in
that.
this country? No, we're not. We're not going to
No.
have neighbor
And
against
that's what
neighbor
I'm
on a wide
saying.
national scale,
And
but
that's
will we have
exactly
neighbor
what I'm
against neighbor
saying.
in my neighborhood? You fucking A right, we will. So I have to worry about that.
I have been watching your neighbor along with you for how many years now?
7 years,
I know
baby.
exactly what you're living under. And your neighborhood is not everybody's neighborhood.
No, it's
your
not.
neighborhood happens to be in the South where they follow his dumb ass. But that doesn't make it nationwide. And yes, there will be some people out there that get pissed off and go and do what their fearless, feckless fucking leader says. Okay? That's not a civil war. And I just think we need to be real careful about the language that we use.
I use the language
That's
I
all.
like. I use the language to get my point across. That's the language I use. I tell people all the time I'm an old
And that's
sailor. I
exactly
talk
what
like one.
he's doing. That's
That-
what he's doing, is using language.
So what are you
that
saying,
he
Bernadette, that I'm
believes
just like
in.
him?
I'm saying no, I'm saying that we need to stop
Jesus.
saying the shit that he's fucking saying. John, that's what I'm saying.
He's not saying anything about the Civil War. The news does. The news, we discuss what's in the news. News says he's trying to cause a civil war. Do I think it's going to happen? No, you're not going to see
All right,
state
hey,
against
check this
state.
out. Y'all go ahead and say whatever the hell you want to. I'll be quiet.
Passions get high because the subject matter is tight. But the one motive thing that we have to work on is what we do. And what we do plays a whole lot. I know what I'm trying to do.
I hope
I
that
know
we
what
have a
I'm
very
trying.
good and productive meeting that sets us on the perfect path for November. What can I say but from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything you do for our party. And most of all, for as long as this thing works, I'll remember each and every one of you. Thank you.
Somebody who will take their hits and get up and keep on going. The true heart of a public servant. She has not left our side. We wanted to honor you on behalf of the Coastal Bend Tejano Democrats as being our chingona here at home.
I just want to say thank you because you guys have really, really brought me back to life. I'm in it to win it for the long haul, and Biden-Harris needs to win Nueces County. What do you say? Let's bring home a victory for the man who really shows by example what it means to be good and strong. So thank you guys so very, very much. I really love you all.
Frank used to get him running for constable, precinct 1, Nueces County. I've worked there 3 years. I kind of don't like what the department's going or has been. So somebody told me, if you don't like it, run for office. So that's why I'm running for office, to make the changes and do things for the people. I believe the people have been shortchanged, and I believe I'm the candidate to do that and work for the people. I'm still going to be in uniform, serving paperwork and doing everything I'm going to do just like the other officers would be. So just because I'm going to be constable doesn't mean that I'm not gonna be out in the street, because I am.
It's great to be here with so many great Democrats. It's great to see everybody. A candidate can't do it on their own. You need support from the community. You need support from active Democrats and activists just like everyone in this room. We worked very hard, and many folks in this room helped out. And I tell you what, I can't tell you how proud I am to be a Democrat. How proud I am to be your nominee for District 34. Just as hard as we worked in the primary, we're going to work just as hard come November and make sure that the whole ticket, that all of us, are pulling and rowing in the same direction, in terms of getting votes out, getting people excited, getting turnout up.
This is the type of energy, the type of unity, the type of bonding that we as Democrats need, again, to win in November. Make no mistake about it. We have to start talking about the danger that Trump is to our community. The detention centers, the family separations, demonizing and attacking the Latino immigrant community. We must hit back and we must educate our community. We're all here because we care and we're involved, and this is the choir. But we need to be speaking to the other parents or the other community members that are not here with us, because only when we pull them are we going to be able to make a larger difference. We have to show each other the importance and the value of voting and how much is at stake for our community. We can either win together or we lose together, and I prefer to win. Once Texas turns blue, we're the key to the White House, and we will never go back.
How y'all doing, baby? It is Tuesday night. I am at Judge Barbara Canales' house. I attended the Coastal Bend Tejanos meeting tonight. I can't thank Barbara Canales and the Tejano Democrats enough to allow me to come to their meeting. The main drive has always been the one thing. You get involved, you stay informed, and that's what we all have to do, whether we're here in Corpus Christi or across the nation. Everything relies on us being informed and getting into that booth and making your voice heard. Come November, I got elections coming in here on May the 4th.
A starter
I'll be with you, and I'm going to be voting in my local election. So pay attention to where you are. If there's elections in your area, make sure you're ready to you're registered to vote. You got all the stuff ready, and to be involved. November's a long time off, baby, but we got a lot of work to do. Nobody stays in the bunker, baby. We're all on the line. That's the only way this works. Y'all take care of yourself, and we'll see you later.
Under 900 square feet. My house is almost twice that.
And that is what we're trying to do. And that is what I hope that came through, because I had no audio. What you just saw is the video that I took at Judge Barbara Canales' house when I went to the Coastal Bend Tejanos Democrat group. And as you could see, it was in somebody's living room, the judge's living room, very nice living room, I'd say. But they were like-minded people in that room. And I listened to the gentleman you saw speaking there. Should have had a little title down there who that was. That was Solomon Ortiz Jr. running for Congress. The lady you saw speaking is running for a Superior Court judge in the state of Texas. These were candidates up there giving their spiel, right down to the local constable that is running there. All of these type of meetings go on every week in your hometown and wherever you live. And that's what we try to encourage you to do, is to make that phone call, to get involved, to do that too for Blue, to call a friend, to get involved in your local politics, to sign a petition. Those are the things that we continue to do to try to get the word out. And I just want to thank everybody that tries to do that. Anyway, Bonita, how are you?
Oh, I have no complaints, better than most. I would like to take a few minutes, John, probably more than a few minutes. First, hello, fellow Blue Dots. I hope you have your receipts ready, because I'm going to be asking for them, and I want to see them, or I'm going to be very upset. You don't want me upset.
Don't want her upset.
But first of all, I got more on my plate than the bino. So, other things are going on. Nevada Supreme Court is now voted to put abortion on their ballot.
Yes.
So that's happening. Judge Chutkan has now sentenced Scott Miller to 66 months. He's a January 6th terrorist for injuring 5 officers or more and stealing a police shield. That's going on.
Yep.
Iowa has a lawsuit trying to reinstate school books back in the classroom that were banned. Sarah Huckabee is in hot water over lecturing gate. She may face criminal charges.
She may indeed. She may indeed, and I'm hoping she does.
And Judge Enderon, he kept the bond for Hankey, but the collateral is going to be one of two of the Bino's Schwab accounts. And in this Schwab account that's being held as collateral, Letitia James is going to be watching it along, I'm sure, with Judge Jones, and she will receive a statement monthly. If any money shifts anywhere, a nickel, a dime, a penny, she can, with the swipe of a pen, start attaching property. So says the judge.
So says the judge.
So says the judge. And Michael Avenatti, do we all remember him? He was Stormy Daniels' attorney of record.
Yes. Oh, yes, I remember him.
He's now
we all
in the
remember
news.
him.
He's in the news now. Trump's team is thinking of calling him as a witness against Miss Daniels' character.
Really?
Which her name is Clifford.
Against her?
I don't think he would be a very good witness.
No, that's all they have on there. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
This man is sitting in jail serving 19 years for stealing money from Miss Clifford and also a paraplegic he represented. This is not a nice man. This is a snake. And I want to know who this person, number 16, is that I'm hearing a lot about.
Number 16
is giving all kinds of information of what went on in Mar-a-Lago.
Oh.
And it's just referred to as person 16.
I think it's the doorman.
Oh,
I don't know. They're just saying number 16.
It might be.
And I was just telling Mishchik earlier that Senator Ossoff has a viral, whatever you call it, video out there where he's addressing the Republicans on Homeland Security Committee for helping, participating in, and agreeing to a border bill, and then saying, no, thank you, we don't like it. So
I've heard this story before.
Yeah, check that out. And also, John, I think we need to keep an eye on Elise Stefanik. You know, she's concerning me. I put a pin in that. I got a pin in that on my notes.
She was the head of the RNC. She was the head of the Republican. What was she? Damn it,
National Committee.
Yeah, National RNC, and she was replaced by Laura Trump.
Laura.
Yep. And now you know what the deal is there, Bonita? Trump's asking for 5% of every candidate out there who uses his name, uses Donald Trump's name in their commercial, has to pay Donald Trump 5% of any donations they receive. That's it. You take the deal or not.
I saw that.
It's an extortion. It's an extortion.
You know, that
Let's
they
get
use
on
his
to what
name as a
happened
brand.
yesterday. Yesterday in court. Let's talk about the Bino having to go in for contempt charges because he can't keep his mouth shut.
Yeah. He's here. The judge is now contemplating what to do about violating the gag order. Yeah, we're going to hear that pretty soon.
Not a happy man. You don't want an unhappy judge, and this judge is not happy. He called Blanche to task. In fact, he took him to the woodshed and told him his nonsense. He was making himself really incredible, not credible. He actually came out and almost admitted that it was premeditated, all these texts, which it was, that Trump is tweeting, because he takes parts of other people's texts, manipulates them, and issues them as his own texts. But then he
repeats.
puts
Oh, I don't
MAGA
doubt that a
at the
bit.
end,
I don't doubt
and
that a bit.
and Blanche said, "Well, he puts MAGA at the end, so it's a political ad." And the judge was having none of that. Was having none of
Oh.
that nonsense.
I'm sure
And
he's
he
going to come
kept-
out with a decision pretty soon on this. He's not going to let this
and
linger
he
too
kept
long.
asking, because I was listening through my headphones because I was working in the yard, but I was listening to what was being reported over. I was listening to MSNBC, and they were saying that the judge was asking Blanche over and over a question, and he finally says, "I've asked you this question over and over." And Blanche doesn't have any answer. So Blanche is not really popular with the judge right now.
Good. Good. Let me do some catching up here real quick. I got some donations I want to catch up on. Silly Bebo came in with a $2 donation and asked me, do you need a new microphone? I don't think it's the microphone. I think it's this little doohickey here that sits in front of me that has all these little dials and numbers on it. Anyway, Sibo, I don't know. My son will get on it and I guess hopefully fix it. Thank you for that
Have you
donation.
fixed that wire?
No, yes, he fixed the wire. Took away the wire that was bad. It was about, I don't know, 2 foot long, and replaced it with one that's about 20 feet long that's coiled up here at the bottom of my feet. Anyway, Jimbo came in with a $5 donation and said, Blue Tsunami. Indeed, Jimbo, it's what we need. Keith Thompson, that Marine, came in with a $2 donation and said, MAGA job, make attorneys get attorneys. That's what's happening all the time. Michael K.Y. Johnson came in with a $2 and said, I agree, John. We veterans will stand true. Fuck Trump and fuck Abbott. That's what we do, brother. We took an oath. We're going to keep it. Gordon Marble came in with a $2 donation and said, a lot of vets are ready for anything that comes. There's a lot of us on this blue side, baby. A lot of us. And Jimbo came back with another $5 and said, poof. Putin and Trump are on the same team. Give them hell, John. That's exactly what the Republicans have gotten into bed with. And a donation came in. Oh, man. Again, Shaking Me Bones came in with a $450 donation and said, I'm glad to be living through this nightmare with the Blue Dot family. Keeps me sane. Thanks again. No, thank you, baby. This family holds each other up, and there are a few of y'all out there that knows exactly how much this family is holding me up right now. Not only financially, which it is, but emotionally. There's a lot of shit going on in John's life that I got to deal with on a daily fucking basis, and it doesn't make John a happy camper. So when I tell y'all that this show means just as much to me as I hope it means to you, I'm serious. This is my leaning post. This is my outlet. This is my contact with the outside fucking world. This is where I find my friends and my family. And I want to thank every one of you that come in with a donation, that hold this family up. I couldn't be more proud, and I couldn't be more thankful for the way this family treats me. And anyway, bunch of other mushy ass bullshit.
Speaking of family, John,
Yes.
I
What?
see a couple hands down there.
Do you?
Sisyphus
Well, let's get them up here.
and Ed.
And Ed. There's Ed. And there's
And there's
Sisyphus.
Ginger down there too.
Oh, I didn't see Ginger. Look, there's Ginger.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Ed, how are you?
I'm great, and you?
I'm doing fine, brother. Hanging on every day like a hair in a biscuit. You can't get rid of me. That's it.
I was listening to the rebroadcast of my poem. Of course, I think it went well.
It did I loved it. Thank you.
What-
for
what?
that, Ed.
Thank you.
I didn't
But
hear what you-
I had to get it out there. I had to get it out there because we cannot have this man at the White House and initiate the Project 2025 because it sounds very dangerous and very toxic.
Yes.
But I still can't get over the fact of a man setting himself on fire.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah,
That,
that's horrendous.
there's no understanding that. There's no coming to terms with what caused that man to do that. He had a
Well,
mental
look at all
issue. He had
those
mental
issues,
problems.
John.
And huh?
So if this is the worst case scenario, if Trump loses, many of his supporters will lose their mind. some will jump off bridges, jump into ravines and everything. It would be, I don't know, but
I hope that doesn't
I mean,
come to
it's just,
pass.
they
I hope.
they do not understand defeat.
Yeah. No, there are some, but I don't think the man that set himself on fire. It was not about a Trump thing or a Biden thing.
Yeah, that's a whole nother issue.
It's
Yeah.
it was
He
about
he
Trump,
had he had
but
whole other issues that he was way off the deep end on a lot of things, not
But that's
necessarily
who
having to
Trump's
do with
pulling in.
politics. What's that?
These
Ginger,
are
we're
some of the
getting
kind
some
of.
echo from you. I don't know what you're listening to, but thank you.
Let's get everybody in the room. Ginger, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm still with you. I don't know what's going on here. I'm getting a double thing from the blue room and the main room.
Uh-oh. Well, get out of the blue room, baby. And get in that live room.
How do I get out of it?
Oh,
She is
Lord.
in the live room. I don't know.
Yeah, you're in the live room right now. So
I'm in
keep
the
the one.
live room.
You're in the live room. Keep that one open and close the blue room.
Close the blue room. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on a second.
Sisyphus, are you with us?
I am.
How are you doing,
Um,
darling?
I'm doing good, but I'm this whole Supreme Court's got me a bit baffled because
Mm-hmm.
they've kind of let this
Oh,
whole
pray tell.
Comstock Act drop, and that one is going to be a huge one if they get it back up. And I believe, isn't it the end of the month or next month that they're going to be talking about it?
Yes, they're
Yep. Let me
oral.
look at the schedule.
Yeah, they're going to be coming out with several decisions here pretty soon. Not the least of which will be the immunity case.
Right.
Yeah,
they're going to
that
hear
You
that.
guys hear,
Friday.
do you guys know what the Comstock Act is?
You caught me because I do know, but I can't pull it up in my Rolodex right now. Remind me what we're talking about.
That
The whole. Oh, go ahead, Mr. Chick.
I was gonna say, is that the one about things traveling state to state and stuff like that?
It's they're basic. Shoot, hang on.
Oop.
Hey, John.
Yes, dear.
Sorry about that.
I closed the blue room and I'm in the live now. I'm
Okay.
still getting background conversations.
I'm not hearing that on my end, dear.
What are you listening to us on, Ginger? Are you on your computer? Do you have anything else going at the same time?
No.
TV.
Let me close out my other stuff here. I don't know what's going on.
Anyway, the Comstock Act is what they're trying to get the mifepristone on by sending it
Right.
through the mail.
The only thing
And
the only thing I have running is your guys' thing.
Okay.
I don't know where your feedback is coming from, darling.
I don't know either. No.
Go ahead, Sisyphus.
okay,
Hold
the
on.
Comstock. Go.
I think YouTube is acting up is what it's doing.
Yeah. Hold on, Ginger. Let Sisyphus get her comment out there.
The Comstock Act, it was from 1873 from a guy named Anthony Comstock. And basically what it boils down to is they made a ruling with him that absolutely nothing, any obscene, lewd, lascivious, indecent, filthy, or vile article, matter, thing, device, or substance, or any article or thing designed, adapted, or intended for producing abortion for any incident or
Mifepristone.
immoral use.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they went on that, and so they made it. I forget now what 1971 Congress removed the constraints around mifepristone and stuff going through the mail. But if the
Right.
Supreme Court goes and says that you cannot do the mifepristone, we people need to go up in arms because what else do you get through the mail? You get Playboy through the mail.
You get
have
everything through the
sexual
mail.
toys through
Most
the
of it
mail.
you don't want.
Everything.
Most of it is
Exactly.
junk.
Right.
Nowadays,
And
it's
so
mostly
Cleaning
political
up a bunch
bullshit.
of shit.
right.
But yeah, no,
And
not you brought
they
that up.
wanna
I do recall.
yeah, they want to pick it apart and say everything else is okay but this. And that's where we, the people, need to get in here and stand up and say, look, if you want to take away the abortion pill, then fine. Then no Viagra through the mail, no Playboy through
Oh,
the
oh,
mail,
hey, hey, hey,
no
hey, hey, hey,
sexual
hey, hey,
toys
hey.
through the
Now,
mail.
now, now, wait a minute.
Well, I
You'll
know,
get
you
them
know,
Republicans men up in an uproar. What do you mean Viagra? You can't
I,
be taking
ex
Viagra off the market now. That's that's their
exactly.
that's
But
their
those
speed,
are
I
the kind
guess.
of
I don't
things
know.
that it is. But
Yeah,
those are the kind of things that we
you
need to
threaten
bring
that,
up
they'll
and say,
come out
hey,
of the
you
woodwork
can't.
to
Right,
protect it
right. And if
because
you want to
because
protect that,
because there are two
then you
genders
have
in
to
this
protect
country,
us.
and
Yeah,
the
you
the, the
can't just
rules are
pick
different
on
for
women
them.
all the time.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Every issue they've got is control over a woman's body. The abortion issue,
Right.
the Comstock Act. It's just a way to try to control how a woman can receive health care, and it's health care.
It,
I don't give a shit what they want to call it. It's
that's
a bunch of
exactly it.
bullshit. Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's again boils down to the Republicans will go ape shit over a fetus until the day it's born, and then they could give two shits about it. So
Right.
I always tell them, spare me your right to life bullshit. You don't give a shit if they live or die after they're born. It's only in the
Right.
fetus stage that they go crazy over it. Let me thank Janet Dubois, who came in with a $5 donation. Thank you, Janet. And Daniel Hackman came in with $2 and said, I hate Trump and Putin's. Slava Ukraine. Outstanding, brother. I'm glad they're getting aid they're going to need. And Jimbo came back in with another $10 and said, keep speaking truth to power for the United States. Love it, John. We love y'all. That's the heart of the family, baby. That's this chat that goes on right in front of me. Anytime that somebody puts in that chat, this Blue Dot family, I am asked all the time, John, how many followers do you have? I don't have followers. We have 150,000 family members. And each one of them
And
is
growing.
and growing, baby, and growing. And that we're nationwide, not nationwide, worldwide. We have people all over this world because they're interested in our politics. They're interested in which way America is going to go with this shit because it impacts
Oh,
their
sure.
lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like the politics going on in Congress impacts the people in Ukraine on the battlefield that are losing ground because they don't have missiles for their systems. They don't have bullets for their weapons. They don't have
And
mortar
how
rounds. They
many
don't
have,
have shit to fight with
and
while
how many have
Republicans sat
died
on their ass.
needlessly? Right.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Plenty of them, dear.
Right.
That's what irritates
Yep.
me and a lot of other veterans is because we knew eventually this aid package would get passed. It's going to get passed. We have to. It's Ukraine. We promised them that we were going to stand up if they did away with their nuclear stuff. I don't know if it was weapon arsenal. That we would
Yeah.
be their protectors. Well, they did, and we're sitting here with our thumb up our butt while Republicans over there play piss with Putin. Are you shitting
Exactly.
me? And they did. They passed it. All this time for nothing. For a bunch
I
of
once
Republican
saw-
bullshit, which is the same thing they've been doing for fucking ever with everything. Everything from Hunter Biden to Mayorkas to anything they can scrap up and yell at. They do nothing.
I would like
Anyway,
to see
Keith
I
Beale,
would like
buddy.
To see,
Huh? Go ahead. Let me get a couple of these out because they shitting me. Keith Beale, I love you, buddy. Thank you. Come in with $10. I hope everything is going well up in your life. I need to give you a call. Gregory Brown came in with $20. Said MAGA's platform is spite by any means available. That's the game they play, Gregory. Thank you very much. Yes, that's the game they play. It's hatred. It's spite. It's bigotry. It's misogyny. Anything that they can get somebody pissed off about, and I'm sure that's what Bernadette was taught that I play into that game of being angry, and I have to admit I do play into that game of being pissed off when I hear about the shit he does. That's why I even opened my mouth in the first time. So we want to pump everything we can do. That's what that little video was about. There's a lot of things going on in my life, but I wanted to take time And that was actually the third meeting I have been to, Democrat meeting here. Travis has not been able to go with me to one of these. As I come, the video wasn't that great, but I'm doing the best I can as a cameraman. But everything comes down to what we do. Politics can't take up 100% of your life. Life happens. We got shit that we have to deal with on a daily basis. You got bills to pay. You got everything. And you have to deal with that. But in that background, in that spot in your head, whatever, we have to keep our country in mind. Because patriots before us did the same thing with the shit that they had to go through in their lives. And believe me, it was probably a lot tougher for them than it is for us nowadays. But we have to keep this
Freedom
flame
wasn't
going.
free.
Yeah, it never has been free.
Nope.
And the people, somebody has to fight for them. It's more and more importantly, somebody has to die for it. And we can't let that happen in vain. People have died to push this democracy forward, this union of states, this United States. And we're supposed to let some idiot from New York come in with his fat ass and his fake hair and his imaginary accordion with all the bullshit that falls out of his mouth? No.
John, it's not
right,
only
Michael.
him, it's all his cronies too, and they are big names. You've got Bannon. You've got General Flynn.
Yeah, I don't
Why
like to
isn't
call
he
him general anymore.
court-martialed?
John Flynn.
Why isn't he court-martialed?
He
Why
was.
isn't his retirement taken away? I want to know that.
Because Donnie pardoned him. Because Donald Trump pardoned him. That's what he did. And so, and we're seeing him, that little maggot crawled back out from under his little rock. The general that disgraced his uniform. We all seen him stand up in front of a fireplace with his buddies and take the oath to QAnon. Really? A U.S. general sat there and raised his hand and took an oath to an imaginary group. And yes, he's back in the circle again.
Can he not be stripped of his rank?
He has been. In my book. I don't know about, no, I can't, he's retired general. They allowed him to retire. And then he fell afoul of the law. And Donnie pardoned his ass. So yeah, in my mind, he took all those years of being a good soldier and threw him in the dirt in the ditch, and he shit on him for a man that would sell him. Yes, so did Steve Bannon. United States. That one pisses me off even more because he's in the Navy.
Because he's
Fuck
Navy.
him. Fuck him.
Navy officer.
No, he's not. He's a disgusting piece of shit that turned his back on his country and still doing it. Anyway, Adam Hewitt. Hey, Chong, how you doing? Buddy came in with $10. Said, first, thank you, shaking me bones. Second, try not to yell at like-minded folk as we are all united. And third, keep smiling and eat your blueberries. Fourth, fuck Trump and fuck MAGA. That's what it says, and we report what it says. And Jeanette Dahl came in again. She is from Denmark, and she came in with 50 krones and said, I saw a video with Joe Biden. He made fun of Trump in his Bible. It made me optimistic. I did a little fun there with Donnie selling his little Bible. And yeah, Joe's been poking him with a stick here lately, and I'm liking that. And Silly Bebo came in with another $5, said, John Love for Texas, 6th District, Jake Elsey is poop. Ellis County, Texas needs more Democrats. Baby, we're trying our best to turn this state blue, and we have a damn good shot of doing that with that guy right there. Colin Allred is running against. That's it. Pump him up because we need him to beat Ted Cruz Anyway, Gina in New York came in with a $10 donation and said, I'm so glad how sweet. I'm so glad I found your channel. New York stands stands for New York. NY stands for New York. Indeed it does, baby. Thank you very much, Gina. Man, where was I? That was a lot of bell ringing.
That was about a bell ringing.
So,
We have,
John,
yes,
I
Bonita.
might interrupt here for a minute. I'm
Go
going
ahead.
to have to probably hop off in a little bit. But I'm going to remind everybody, I'm going to get off and be looking at your receipts, and I would like to see some receipts. You've had 2 days. 2 days, you should have been able to do minimum people, 2 things. You cannot tell me you cannot do 1 thing a day. I have done so many things today, my hand is cramping. So I need for you
I believe that.
people to get motivated. You do realize that we need to vote blue down the ticket. If we don't get Biden back in the White House, you know what's going to happen to the Supreme Court? Wake up, women. We will have no rights, and neither will anybody else. So I need you all aware, awake, and doing something. That's the key action word, doing something. Make phone calls, write a letter, sign a petition. Send a few bucks here and there. And if you can't do that, participate in your community. In like John is doing, for heaven's sake. And like John and Carol are doing, like Craig is doing, like Colonel Klink is doing things out there. I want to see people doing something. It would make my heart so happy. And this old lady needs some happiness. And that aspect, that democracy is being worked on, because there are so many that are trying to tear it down. So I want you out there building it up. And I'm going to get off my soapbox, but I'm going to be back on it if I don't see you people doing something.
There you go.
So
Keith
I'll
said he
give
sent
them
a
an
letter.
example. I'll give them an example right here. Call your senators. Hi, I'm a constituent calling from. My name is. First, I want the senator to support Ukraine aid when it comes up for vote. Second, I understand that the Supreme Court will be hearing arguments tomorrow about the Emergency Medical Treatment and Active Labor Act, and that there is a real possibility that they will rule that pregnant people aren't entitled to emergency care that may involve an abortion unless they're at death's door. We've already seen
that
that
sad?
even with
Isn't that sad?
even with the Emergency Medical Treatment and Active Labor Act in place, emergency rooms in abortion-banned states are turning pregnant people away with alarming frequency and with catastrophic results. This is utterly sickening, and if SCOTUS rules for the state of Idaho, it'll get much worse. The Senate needs to pass Senate 701, the Women's Health Protection Act, now. This is a top issue for me. I am desperately concerned about the rollback of rights we're seeing. Do something. Thank you. And call your representative.
You miss your shit.
There you go. It's that easy. It's that easy to hear to let your voice be known. And
Just
you have
be
to remember.
polite. Be polite, but
yeah.
make it short and make it concise.
Yeah.
But women, you need to wake up. They're coming for all of our rights. I keep telling you that. Now you're seeing that it was not all smoke. They are coming for us. I've seen this. I've already fought this fight, and I'm fighting it again. And I am fit to be tied that I have to fight it a second time, and that my daughter has less rights. My granddaughter has less rights.
I think a lot of us can remember having to fight for these rights that are on the line right now. You know, a lot of us can.
And we've already fought for voting rights.
We need to remember who else is out there fighting for these rights. Sherrod Brown in Ohio, John Tester in Montana, Jackie Rosen in Nevada, Tammy Baldwin in Wisconsin, Bob Casey in Pennsylvania, today, primaries, Colin Allred, Texas, and Ruben Gallegos in Arizona. We need to support these people. 2-4 blue. You can do it.
There he is. See, I have buttons here. I just have. I'm trying to find someone she's calling out. Ruben Gallegos, indeed. Now, on our last show, it was discussed. Let me pull this up because I saved it here on my iPad. The Georgia's 14th district. Okay, that's Marjorie Taylor's Green district. And last show we were discussing, but we need to find out who's running against her, and really and focus some needed donations to that person so we can help overcome this crippling disease that's evidently inflicted the 14th district. Now, the problem is, oh, dare you shitting me? I hit a button.
And he's a military man, John.
Well, now that's where there's no button tonight because Georgia's House, Georgia's District 14th, their primary is on May 21st. Okay, so they have not had their primary yet, and the Democratic candidates that are running are Clarence Blaylock, Sean Harris, Derek Houston, and Joseph Lay. Those are the people that are currently going to be on the ballot on May 21st for the Democratic primary to challenge Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, I will let you know that right now.
I forgot Marcus Flower.
Who?
Marcus Flower.
Marcus Flower?
Well, we're talking about Marjorie's district right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And right now we're
it.
talking about Georgia's 14th district. That's Marjorie Taylor Greene,
Yeah,
and
Marcus
those are the
Flowers
people.
running against Taylor Greene.
Oh, Marcus Flowers is in there too?
Yes.
He's not listed. Marcus Flowers is not listed
Really?
as a possible running candidate. They had two that
Sean
were
Harris is also running against her.
Sean Harris. That's what I was fixing to say. He is one of the ones. Clarence Blaylock, Sean Harris, Derek Houston, and Joseph Lay. Out of those four right now, I have not made a button because I wanted to investigate a little bit more because we're not sure who it's going to be. But right now, it's leaning towards Sean Harris. If you look at the financial on each one of these gentlemen, Sean Harris is outraising them all by substantial numbers. So he seems like he's, financially speaking, he's the one that's going to be out there running. Don't hit that again.
And John?
Yes, dear.
Sean Harris is ex-military. He is a brigadier general, retired, grandfather.
Indeed. I'm looking at a picture of him here. Yeah. No, I don't want to.
Yeah, he's on my list.
He's good. See, he's on Bonita's list. That's what we want to do. I will get a button out. Again, I just want to make sure before I put a button out there who the Democrat nominee is going to be. But it does. It looks like Sean Harris is outshining everybody else on that list. So I'm assuming it's going to be him. And if it is, and we're going to get a button up there, and we are going to really push for him to get him donations because Marjorie Taylor Greene evidently is not an embarrassment for Georgia's 14th district, but she's damn sure an embarrassment for the rest of the freaking world. I was tickled today to see that little headline.
And from Moscow. Let's call it what it is. She's an agent from Moscow.
She might as well be.
You don't find that offensive?
That's exactly what she has been trying to do here lately is to defeat Michael Johnson in the Congress to deny aid to Ukraine with about 100 other congressmen that are right there with her that are now starting to backpedal a little bit because they see the damn quicksand they just walked into. I don't know what it takes for a U.S. congressman to. Oh, damn it! I did it again. Oh my day! I'm telling you. That a U.S. congressman is siding with Russia in the middle of a war. In the middle of the war, they're siding with. I just don't. I don't comprehend.
You got dozens of them over there.
But she's
Yes.
not really a
siding with Russia.
congressperson. She's a clown.
She's a clown. She's done nothing. It's just like Jim Jacketoff Jordan up there in Ohio. He does nothing.
Yeah.
He doesn't pass any legislation. Jim Jordan's job is to roll up his sleeve and act like he's just outraged about something.
Spread the word. They're spreading the word.
They're spreading the word. Hey, this is outrage. This can't. Yeah, it's just a bunch of theater, which is what the Republicans have given us for the last
years.
Yes,
And
they haven't done shit.
Introduced one bill. Never introduced one bill.
No,
This is
no.
why everybody
Jack it
has
off,
to be
Jordan.
aware
No
of what
bills.
happens in your
And
government,
look how long
people.
he's been there for Ohio. What has he done for Ohio? Not jack shit, except make an ass out of himself. It's the same way with Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's the same way with Lauren Boebert out in Colorado. They're not there to pass legislation or work for the American people. They're there for a dog and pony show, to soak up as much money as they can before somebody figures out they're just a bunch of charlatans and throw their ass out. Which is what's going to happen with Bobart. It's the same thing's going to eventually happen to Marjorie Taylor Greene and others.
We can only hope. We
can only hope. Well, it goes beyond hope. And vote. There you go. We don't hope, we vote.
Send a couple of bucks. Send a couple bucks there. A buck.
Indeed. A buck here, a buck there. It helps. It goes. I tell you what, it helps me. And if it helps me, I know it's going to help these candidates. That's because that's what it takes. It takes people power. It takes all of us. We're all in this same damn boat. We see the waterfall up ahead. Some of them are trying to paddle towards it. Huh? What's that? What's that?
And specifically, we need to get rid of the 147 insurrectionists.
Indeed. Those are the insurrectionists.
There's about 100.
I second that.
Of them, I think.
I always say the insurrection wasn't those people outside the building. Those were mob. That was a mob. The insurrection was inside Congress with 147 Republican congressmen, including mine, who voted not to accept the results of the 2020 election. Did they have cause? No, it's not. You don't need cause if you're a congressman. You just throw everybody's vote right out. Shit, who cares? We care. And that's what really is the heart of our problem in Congress, is those people are still there. So when we start hitting 2 for blue and we start talking about Arizona is in play. Jonathan Ness, we need him in Congress. We need to take the House back and retain the Senate. It's all about that.
Texas is in play.
Texas is in play. Texas is in play. Ted Cruz, think about it. We could kick Ted Cruz ass out of the Senate if we just get behind Colin Allred. Send him a couple of bucks, baby.
He's so scared he's begging for money himself. That's how scared he is.
Cruz is nervous. Good for him. Good. I'll be shaking in his boats all the way down to Cancun. I don't really care. I wish he'd get out of my house. He's about as ignorant as they come. And he's a Rhodes Scholar. Are you shitting me? That's what you can see the game that this is my opinion, the game the Republicans play, because you have people like Ted Cruz. He's an educated man. He's a Rhodes Scholar. He acts like a freaking hick because that's his constituency. He wants to, hey, I'm just a good old boy. I drink beer all the time. Biden can't stop me from drinking beer. Look at here, I'm drinking beer. You got John Kennedy, same thing. Graduate of what? Harvard? And he acts like he's a bum hick from South Louisiana. I don't really know what, but I'm just asking you these stupid questions to see if you can give me some kind of stupid answer, so I'll be on that. Are you shitting me? That's exactly what the fucking Republican Party is. Just a whole fucking party of actors, people that are in charades and shit. They want to act like they're important. I'm a senator. I'm a congressman. You're not doing shit. You're acting like an idiot. Those two, really, Ted Cruz and John Kennedy down in Louisiana, highly educated people that try to come across like they're just dumb as rocks, so they can appease the people that they're wanting to vote for them. They want to get down and prove to them, I'm just as stupid as you are, and he gets them.
That's what I put in my poll last night, John, as an example. I mean, they worship this man. They worship him like he's the God.
Like he's their God.
And one thing this John, I don't know if you've heard this, but Newt Gingrich said he compares Trump to, remember, have you ever heard of the film Mississippi Burning, a film about the three voter volunteers?
Very popular movie, very good movie.
He is compared to
Mississippi Burning.
Civil rights volunteers. No, he isn't.
Yeah.
He is not compared to, Trump is not compared to those 3 murdered volunteers.
Trump tries to compare himself to anybody in history. The only person that he can compare himself to is Adolf Hitler himself, because he uses the same tactics Hitler used to try to appease the German people. You know, this shit drags you down a hole. The other day in that discussion, my son pulled up a famous speech by Hitler in its original German, but somebody with AI had taken the voice and put it in English. So you got to understand what he was saying and the passion he was talking about. And he was talking to the German people about how much he had suffered for them, that he has worked for them, that those that were trying to attack him weren't attacking him, they were attacking you. But he's standing in their way, and he is. You hear this story before? It's the same story Donald Trump says. He's out there telling them they're trying to get to you. They're trying to get to you, but I'm standing in their way. It's the same bullshit repackaged. Huh?
It's frightening, John.
Yes. Yes, Janet, I saw the whole Kennedy family endorse Joe Biden. I did see a little headline today in the news. I didn't get to read it because that's my story of my life now. But it said that Robert Kennedy is now, by the polls, pulling more votes away from Donald Trump than he is from Joe Biden now.
We can only hope.
We can only hope. We can only hope that if Donald Trump is not crazy enough, or you can see the handwriting on the wall, and your crazy guy is going out the window, so you need a new crazy guy. Well, Robert Kennedy's right up your alley. So yeah, if you're going to endorse Trump, you might as well endorse Kennedy. Anyway, Wesley Wiseman came in with a $5 donation and said Moscow Marge might be the pipe bomber Ojeda believed she could be at the January 6th insurrection. Moscow Marge might be the pipe bomber Ojeda believed she could be at the January 6th insurrection. It's Wesley, maybe so. You know, I don't know. Marjorie Taylor Greene does. She drank the Kool-Aid along with a bunch of other ones that that thought that going Putin's way. And I don't know. Maybe it did come from Tucker Carlson's big interview over there when he went to the grocery store and showing everybody how, look at this wonderful grocery store in Russia. This is just modern and everything. Yes, the only one in fucking Moscow. Go to the little town outside.
French.
Yes.
John, that was a French grocery store.
It was a French. Well, I don't doubt that one bit. It was for the high-end citizens of Moscow. That's not for the
1% stop there.
Yeah. Well, that's who Donnie and I guess Tucker Carlson's going for, the 1%. That's who they work for, whether it be in Russia or in the United States. Does it matter? Because that's the exact what Putin has is Putin. Donnie wants two things. He wants a little bit of both. He wants a little bit of Putin's absolute power. I had a thought and I lost it. And he wants Kim Jong-un adoration from his fight. He wants us all, that when Donald Trump walks in the room, he wants us all to be clapping wildly, saying the glorious leader, the glorious Trump is here. He's going to save. That's what Donald Trump wants, like that Kim Jong-un has. What he wants out of Putin.
Don't leave out President Xi. Don't leave out President Xi.
Oh, no. Well, that's his buddies. That's who he wants. Yeah. I don't know why that doesn't stand out to the damn Republicans more than anything else. While he was in office, he kicked NATO in the nuts. He was trying to dismantle NATO. Joe Biden came in and gained 2 countries, baby. We're not done yet.
NATO.
That's right. We strengthened NATO and stood up to Putin. And what happens now with this Ukraine thing? 100 and some odd Republicans are siding with Russia? Really? You're siding with Putin in a war over authoritarianism, over democracy. You're picking authoritarianism because that's what Trump wants. That's what I was trying to think a minute ago. He wants the authoritarianism that Putin has, and he wants the adoration that Kim Jong-un has. That's what Donald wants. Donald's going to find his ass in a fucking hole. You know?
Hey, John?
Yes, dear. Ginger.
I don't know if you heard on the news today.
Yes, ma'am.
The Senate has passed the Ukraine bill and it's going on to President Biden.
The Senate has passed it. They were supposed to take it up today. It will now head over to Joe Biden. I don't think he's going to waste a lot of time before he signs. Oh, look at there. I done missed a hand.
He's going to sign it right away.
He's going to sign it immediately because that aid needs to go out immediately.
We need to hit the credits.
Let's go on with that, John.
Do we need to hit the credits?
Celebration.
It indeed. There it is. Yay! It's about freaking time. That's what killed me about the whole damn thing. We knew from get-go, or I did, that they were going to pass that aid to Ukraine. They had to. They had to. But it took months for these stupid Republicans to allow it to happen. So,
John,
yes,
it's
dear.
not going to take months for them to get the equipment.
No, it's not.
We all
It's
know we have military base in Poland. We got warehouses over there.
we have warehouses, equipment, and that's what we're not talking about. We're not talking about what God damn it, President W, who took pallets of cash over pallets and pallets, airplanes full of cash to hand out. No, this has nothing to do with cash. This has everything to do with weapons, bullets, mortar rounds, rockets, and guess who produces all of that? American contractors. Guess who's going to get the money? The military-industrial complex will get richer because war is good for business. That's what they do. And John Cass just came in with a $10 donation and said, keep on keeping on. We will until we win this shit and beyond.
Can I break in for just a minute?
Sure. Hi, Odessa.
I just read an article about Margie Taylor Greene, and
Right.
it says Greene is now facing another challenge, this one legal rather than electoral. On Thursday morning, a group of lawyers led by Ron Fine, the legal director of a nonprofit called Free Speech for People, is filing a lawsuit that, were it to be successful, would prevent Greene from running for office again. The suit argues that Greene's statements and activities related to the attack on the Capitol on January 6th make the Congresswoman an insurrectionist. A clause of the 14th Amendment specifically prohibits those who have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the United States from holding public office.
Indeed.
So they are filing that.
Good.
Somebody held accountable for what they did.
Somebody has to hold them accountable. What was that?
I hope they hold the rest of them accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Hallelujah to that.
Of them.
There are more of us than there are of them.
Yeah.
We have to always
Sisyphus,
remember.
for bringing that to our attention.
Indeed. Let me send out a couple of thank yous. Daniel Hackelman just came in with a $2 donation and said, Mike Johnson ain't no hero. 6 months people died. Indeed, Mike Johnson is not a hero. He was forced to do this. And I guess by nature, he got the blessings of Donnie to do it because Donnie's not raising a stink about it. So I guess he got the Orange Julius permission.
I wish they would hang up a tag on Johnson of all the people who have died over there because of his lack of cojones at bringing the bill sooner.
Should have had one of those ticker counters right outside his
Yeah, right behind his head.
Exactly.
In Congress. Yes, those numbers should have been, yes. Because that's what pissed me off more than that. That's what pissed a lot of veterans off. It's a lot. Bullets, baby. You got no bullets. You got no. Anyway, let me finish thanking a couple people. Shaking Me Bones came back again with a $350 donation and said another fine show. Shaking Me Bones, Sandy, thank you very much. I just thank you. I want to move to where you live. I want to. Hey, I was telling.
Earthquakes out there, John. Remember the earthquakes.
I know it. I used to live out there.
Okay.
I lived in San Jose. And the way to San Jose. Yeah. Anyway, and let me thank. Come on, iPad. Jake Sellers, who came in with a $50 donation. Jake, thank you very much. I can't tell y'all how much those donations, how every donation makes. Sometimes get freaking emotional. Shit.
Thank you, lovely Blue Dot family.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
And your voice.
Yeah, that's yeah. Well, since we
go ahead and go, and I'll catch you later.
Ginger, thank you for coming in, and y'all remember Virginia Woodley puts on her show, Ginger's Ranch Show. You can check her out on Facebook, right? You still doing it, Ginger?
Yeah,
She's on YouTube also.
Ginger's Chat Show, and it's at 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time on Mondays and Fridays.
And she hasn't given up in years, so we can't give up. Ginger's been doing her show for years and years.
But it's going on 2 years now.
2 years? Well, that's years and years.
2 years.
See, I wasn't wrong. I know you've been
Yeah.
doing it for a long time, darling. I love your voice and I appreciate you using it.
Yeah,
We
never
all
say
try
die.
to do. Never say die, baby. We're in this till the end.
Are you
Anyway.
running credits, John?
Drivers.
I am indeed running the credits. I guess we ought to wrap it up for this evening. Virginia, thank you for coming in, darling. I appreciate it. Thank you for using your voice and keep it up, girl.
You're welcome. I will. Take care.
You too,
Bye
darling.
bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Ginger.
In Ardessa. I got you in late,
Yes.
darling, but thank you for coming in. And that was what you brought was very nice. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm having trouble sleeping, so when I can nap, I take it.
Sleep?
'Cause
What is this
Yeah.
thing you speak of?
I did it for
I
a couple
vaguely
hours.
remember it in my. I think I went to bed this morning. I got to sleep somewhere
Yes,
around
you
4
wake
this
up
morning.
and you feel like, yeah, you feel a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm burning it
But I
at
wanted
both
to
ends,
hear
baby.
relief here for me.
Well, we're
It's
here
really
for
helped
each
me
other.
through this hard time.
I'm
It's a
telling
very
you, baby.
difficult time.
That's what family
Yeah,
does.
I'm
We lean
taking-
on each other.
Yeah.
So come in and take a lean, because we'll be
Yeah.
here. There you go.
Okay.
Ardessa, take care of yourself, darling.
Thank you. You too.
You
Say hi
bet.
to Mama.
Ed, I will indeed. I will indeed. Ed, thank you for coming in, brother. We appreciate it tremendously. Always enjoy your
John,
voice
it's
when you
great
come
to
in.
be- It's great to be back up here.
So we got work to do, brother.
Indeed, we got a lot of work.
A lot of work to
Good night,
do.
everybody.
Put your gloves on.
I,
All right. And let me see. Sisyphus,
Yes.
thank you for coming in, darling.
Well, thank you. And I want to thank all the people who are listening to us and just don't let all this crap get you down. Stay strong because it's going to take that for us to win in November.
It is. It's going to take every one of us and everyone you know. So don't
Yep.
forget to tell them. So, Sisyphus, thank you very much.
Thank
and
you.
Bonita,
Yes, John.
thank you
I
for the
just wanna
pom-poms,
say-
dear.
You're welcome. And I want to remind everybody out there, this is our democracy. It depends on us. We have to work for it. We have to nurture it and water it. So I want
That's right,
everybody doing something. Please
Everybody.
do something and save democracy, because you see what's going to happen if we don't do something. I'm not asking you for $1 million here. I'm asking you, can you give up one of your coffees or give up a Happy Meal or whatever it is you do once a week? Skip a week. Throw
Skip
a
a
couple
week.
of bucks here, a buck there. Throw a
It
buck
makes
to
a
John.
huge difference.
Hit
It makes
the
a huge
thumbs up
difference.
button, people. Thumbs up.
There you, hey, like,
There's
share,
a
subscribe.
lot you can be doing to save democracy.
And that's one.
And choose one of these people or 2 or 3 of these people to support in swing states. And Georgia, we've got 2 senators in Georgia, believe it or not, people. Ossoff and Warnock. Let's keep them there. Please, let's
Indeed.
keep them there. Support
our job.
your democracy. It's our
It
government.
takes all of us. They all work for us. We need to make sure we have the right staff up there. That's all.
Yes, we
Yeah.
do.
Bonita,
And I'd
thank
love
you
to
very
say
much, baby.
senator.
Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much.
Senators would make me very happy, people.
That's it. It would. All of us. And miss you, chick.
Yes, John.
Oh, darling, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You got
And I
anybody you
just
want to
to
call
remind
out?
you that they are voting in Pennsylvania at this very moment.
At this very moment.
Actually, they're starting to count already, and Biden is holding 93%. So,
Oh,
yeah.
Hello,
wow.
Bear. Hello, Bear. I just had to get that
Good.
in there. Good.
But we have some upcoming dates here. We've got Puerto Rico Democratic presidential primary on the 28th. That's next Monday. That's next Monday, I think. Or is it Sunday? They vote on weird days.
I know it.
Indiana, May 7th. Maryland, May 14th, along with Nebraska and West Virginia. And you have, like I said, starting in May here, a lot of them have their governors, senators, House, all of that.
All of them, yeah.
You might
Just
have
like we
some
said, Marjorie
initiatives.
Taylor Greene's primary isn't until May 21st.
Right,
So
we're getting
we're going to
past
have a
some
lot
of
of
the
them.
just presidential stuff. We're getting into a lot of the other stuff. So
Yeah.
a lot coming up in May.
Indeed.
Georgia, Kentucky, Oregon, Idaho in May. Yeah. And Texas
Outstanding.
too.
And
We have a
Texas, that's
primary
right.
runoff.
We do.
Yeah,
We do.
do.
I'm ready. Strut my
You're
ass right
ready.
down there.
In the
Might wear this
meantime,
T-shirt. No, can't because they won't let me in.
yep. In the meantime, we're going to emphasize a few senators that might need some extra help where they live. Sherrod Brown in Ohio, John
Ohio.
Tester, Montana, Jackie Rose in Nevada, Tammy Baldwin, Wisconsin, Bob Casey, Pennsylvania, yay. Colin Allred in Texas, and Ruben Gallegos in Arizona.
These are the battlegrounds, baby. This is where we're
Yep.
going to make it or break it. So we need to put our 2 cents into there and help them as much as we
need to
can.
flip that house too. Those were just senators, but we need to keep our senators.
That's it. We need to keep the Senate and take the House,
Yep.
and retain the White House. That's our job.
That's our job.
And we're
We
going to
need
get
to
it done.
vote. That's our job. We have one thing to do.
One job.
Vote. Just
Take
vote.
care of this country. That's it. Anybody share this shit?
Some people,
Indeed.
I got some likes. Some people
Ah.
really like this shit.
Who liked this shit?
Gary DeBarba from New Jersey.
Outstanding,
Julie
Gary.
Helm from California. Muriel. That's a pretty name. Muriel.
It is pretty.
And I think it says Robert, but I think it's Robert, because she's from
Robert.
Quebec.
Robert from Quebec.
His
Outstanding.
name is yeah.
Timothy Hoover from Florida, Kevin Shanahan from Illinois, and Joan Key from Wisconsin all liked your shit, John.
We like them for liking our shit.
Yes.
We like them for doing that.
And it's
So
easy
we-
peasy.
We appreciate
the
it
button.
tremendously. Thank you, Miss Chick, for everything you do.
You're welcome, John.
And I want to send a big thank you to Bernadette. As you all know, passions get high here. And just because we're all friends doesn't mean we always agree on everything that we speak of. There are disagreements within this family, and that's fine. We're all marching in the same direction, baby. I cannot tell you how much I lean on Bernadette. She knows that. There is so much passion in that woman. So yeah, that's our little button with her T-shirt had to be. I got to get that back. Travis moved it. Anyway, there's a reason for that T-shirt because you light her fuse and she's going to go off. And when she goes off, she's a firebrand, man. She's going to let that go. And that is what I love the most about Bernadette.
Our
So
passion.
Bernie, thank you for being here. Thank you for being who you are. Your voice is always, always important in this family. And to the rest of you, thank you all. Those names going by on our Patreon list, those that donated tonight. I can't say thank you enough for supporting this show, but thank you even more for being here, for being involved, because it only means one thing, and that's you're concerned about your country, whether it's this show or other people's that you listen to. We're all marching to the same drum beat, baby, because we have a democracy that we are hell-bent on saving, and everybody's participation is welcome. Anyway, besides that, I love y'all for being here. We'll be back here again Thursday night for another Blue Dot Family meeting. So until then, take care of yourself. Do the one thing that somebody in this fucking world needs every goddamn day. Put a smile on your face and give it away. Because there's somebody
Hey,
you're going to run
John?
into that is desperately looking for one. Yes, dear.
One last thing. Ohio and Alabama may not allow Biden, so you people out there, get a hold of them.
Yeah.
Send letters to Ohio and Alabama that we want him on the ballot.
They are. Because
Sorry.
the Democratic National Convention is after their primaries, they're threatening that they're not going to put Joe Biden on the ballot. Good luck with that. Yes, we have to
We
deal
need
with that. It's going to be an issue, but I don't think that's
We
going
need
to
to
get in the
flood
way.
them.
I think they're just pulling another damn dog and pony show out of their ass so they can make an ass out of themselves. That's exactly what they're doing.
If we try to do something, they do it too.
Yep.
They try to
Yeah.
do it too.
Oh, they just try to do worse. Anyway, y'all take care of yourself. I love you. Thank you for being here. Y'all say goodnight to everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.